Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Through Mr. Satyarthi's commitment and courageous leadership, the lives of thousands of youngsters have been transformed. Hope has been restored. Adults who were once rescued from exploitation as kids now work to rescue young ones in circumstances that they once faced. Supreme Master Qinghai, with tears from my eyes and thanks from my heart, gratefully present Mr. Kailash Satyarthi the Shining Word Kindness Award plus a $20,000 humble contribution to support your loving mission of protecting youth from exploitative labor and trafficking. With high salute and gratitude, may God always shield you and your team as you bravely help enforce children's rights every day. Nobel Laureate Kailash Satyarthi, vegetarian, courageously saving children from exploitation. Please continue watching to find out more.
Deny vegan, so you can get sick easily and get free medical care from taxpayers' money.
Bienvenue, wonderful viewers. That means welcome in French, one of the two official languages of Chad. I'm Adiza. The people of nature-filled Chad pray that you are warmly welcomed by kind folk throughout your journey in life. Welcome to today's show. Nobel Laureate Kailash Satyarthi, vegetarian, courageously saving children from exploitation. In 1980, Mr. Kailash Satyarthi of India gave up a successful career as an electrical engineer to help end child exploitation and is now recognized as an internationally acclaimed children's rights activist. Mr. Satyarthi has had a tendency to perform altruistic deeds since early in life. As a child, he formed a soccer club to raise money that was used to pay the school fees of underprivileged children. In 1974, he earned his degree in electrical engineering and taught at a technological institute for 2 years. In 1977, he lived in New Delhi, where he worked for Arya Samaj. This is a Hindu reform movement that supports the elimination of the caste system and the ending of child marriages. At this time, Mr. Satyarthi decided to change his surname from Sharma, which denoted that he came from the prestigious Brahmin caste. Instead, he adopted the surname Satyarthi, which means light of truth. Mr. Satyarthi established a magazine called The Struggle Will Continue. The publication featured the lives of vulnerable people. As such, he became concerned about the issue of child labor in India. In some very impoverished families, youth are sold as bonded laborers, with their parents using their sons' or daughters' work to pay off debts. There is very little legislation or enforcement of relevant laws to protect these youngsters. In 1980, Mr. Satyarthi founded Bachpan Bachao Andolan, or BBA, which means Save the Childhood Movement. The mission of BBA is to identify and release children from forced servitude, as well as to rehabilitate and educate them. BBA's first rescue mission involved a girl who was a bonded laborer at a brick kiln in Punjab. Her situation was going to get worse as she was about to be sold into prostitution. 34 other children at the factory were also rescued from this terrible situation. BBA is now present in 20 states across India. The victim assistance service carried out by the organization has now rescued and rehabilitated over 100,000 children from trafficking and forced labor. The youth are welcomed at the Mukti Ashram in New Delhi, which is a safe space for them. They are supplied with food, accommodations, counseling, medical care, non-formal education, and legal aid, as well as the opportunity to take part in recreational and cultural activities. actions are also taken to reunite children with their parents or guardian. Before the youngsters rejoin their families, a child welfare committee conducts investigations to ensure their safety. And after the children go to their family, regular follow-ups are undertaken via home visits and phone calls to prevent re-trafficking. Inquiries are also made to ascertain whether the young ones are doing well in school or having difficulty enrolling. If so, assistance is given. The families are also aided so that they can access any social welfare programs provided by the government that will further help them with food sufficiency, housing, or job security. Mr. Satyarthi has said,
I have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes. I have held their injured bodies and I have felt their broken spirits.
I refuse to accept that children belonging to certain sections of society are born to work for others at the cost of their childhood and freedom and education. If the children are exploited, if the children are deprived from their childhood in any part of the world cannot live in peace. The world cannot be human.
Mr. Satyarthi risks his own life in carrying out this vital work and has been purposefully injured and beaten over the years and even had a rifle held to his head. Yet, he still perseveres and has stated somebody has to pay the cost for freedom. It does not come on a plate. The result is that thousands of children are so grateful for being rescued and for the rehabilitation assistance so that they may lead full and enriched lives.
Why hunt ye these creatures of God, which are more noble than you? By the cruelties of many generations, they were made the enemies of men, who should have been his friends. The Gospel of the Holy 12, Essenes.
Cherished viewers, we are going to pause for a moment to give gratitude for all of the wonderful blessings that we have in our lives. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to today's show. Nobel Laureate Kailash Satyarthi, vegetarian, courageously saving children from exploitation. Mr. Satyarthi has been carrying out his mission to end child trafficking and forced labor since 1980. In 2014, he was jointly awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for the struggle against the suppression of children and young people and for the right of all children to education. In all his years of doing this, Mr. Satyarthi knows the importance of targeting the issue of child exploitation at the grassroots level, as well as with governments, businesses, and civil society at large. Mr. Satyarthi is also the founder of the Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, or KSCF, which has implemented many programs. One such initiative is the Bal Mitragram, or the Child-Friendly Village. The model involves taking child laborers out of work and enrolling them in school. The kids form an elected Bal Panchayat, or Children's Village Council, which is officially recognized by the Gram Panchayat, or elected Adult Village Council. The impacts of this program are far-reaching, with youngsters, women, and communities reaping the benefits. There are many uplifting stories of social change that have come about directly through the Child-Friendly Village program. One story comes from Surjit Lodi, now a 17-year-old boy who was experiencing violence at the hands of his alcoholic father. This led him to drop out of school, and the money spent on alcohol was affecting his family financially. Although representatives from KSCF counseled his dad, his father refused to change his ways. Surjit made a vow to speak up and went on a hunger fast until his dad promised to stop drinking. His father realized the importance of the situation and committed to zero alcohol consumption. What happened next was wonderful. Members of the community, especially women and children, expressed their support for Surjit. Sargent led an anti-alcohol campaign through the Children's Village Council, which resulted in much support from the women in 2 villages and led to 5 illegal liquor stores being shut down. He also helped 120 children in his village to get access to education and to continue with their schooling. Mr. Satyarthi has risked his own safety and well-being many times. In 2004, he felt compelled to rescue girls being exploited by a circus after their parents appealed to him. The mothers and fathers of 11 Nepali youngsters were terribly worried over their missing children. Mr. Satyarthi, members of his BBA team, and the parents visited the circus to rescue the girls, but they had been betrayed by the police, who alerted the circus of the visit beforehand. The circus workers inflicted violence on Mr. Satyarthi, who sustained injuries, including a head wound, and several parents who were hospitalized. Only one girl was rescued. In an attempt to gain momentum and complete the rescue, Mr. Satyarthi and 2 of the girls' parents went on a hunger strike. On the 6th day of the hunger strike, Mr. Satyarthi's kidneys began to fail, but he persevered, saying, "I was willing to die." The media covered his story and the general public was touched. They reached out to the authorities, demanding an end to children appearing in circuses. As a result, the High Court stepped in and the girls were released. Through Mr. Satyarthi's commitment and courageous leadership, the lives of thousands of youngsters have been transformed. Hope has been restored. Adults who were once rescued from exploitation as kids now work to rescue young ones in circumstances that they once faced. Mr. Satyarthi has stated,
They were in dark sheds and dark workshops under the slavery. No joy, no life, no liberty. And today, you can see that they are happy, they are playing with other children and they are jumping and making friends, and such a change in one day. So every day is important in the life of human being. Every day is important in the life of these children.
We wholeheartedly agree more with these sentiments and extend our sincerest gratitude to Mr. Satyarthi and all involved in rescuing and rehabilitating children from exploitation in all forms. Supreme Master Chinghai, with tears from our eyes and thanks from our heart, gratefully present Mr. Kailash Satyarthi the Shining World Kindness Award plus a $20,000 humble contribution to support your loving mission of protecting youth from exploitative labor and trafficking. With high salute and gratitude. May God always shield you and your team as you bravely help enforce children's rights every day. Supreme Master Chinghai is deeply grateful to the most merciful, beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and or any good cause over the years as a humble vessel for His compassion and love towards His precious children. For more information about Kailash Satyarthi and his work, please visit kailashsatyarthi.net, facebook.com/Kailash Satyarthi.
Vegan, cause it's not a piece of something that you put in your mouth. It's a living being that has been murdered for you. Please stop that.
Admirable viewers, it has been a pleasure to have your company on today's program. Coming up next is Vegan and Peace Offer Us Paradise. Meat Eating and War Destroy Everything, Part 4 of 9. Right after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television. May we all respect and cherish our fellow human beings and animal friends as we create a heavenly life for all upon our earth.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nasze programy oferują wiele języków. prosimy zobaczyć suprememastertv.com/schedule oraz suprememastertv.com/GPGW.